I'm going to graph this y equals 5 line. I'm going to look at the y-axis, and I know it's going to go through 5 on the y-axis. Sometimes people are like, is it a horizontal? Is it a vertical line? Well, if it's going to go through the y-axis at 5, it's going to be a horizontal line like that. That's y equals 5. You've done that before, hopefully. This one looks different. It's an inequality. So I got you some stuff in blue over there to copy down. If it's just a greater than or less than sign, it means it's going to be a dotted line, and solutions do not exist on that line. If that equals to is on there, then it's going to be a solid line, just like we had the equals to over here. And solutions do exist on that line, just like over here, all the solutions existed on that line, or any line that you draw. So y is less than or equal to 5. You're going to treat it just like there was an equal sign there. So I'm going to go to the y, and there's the 5, and there's an equals to under there, so I know it's going to be a solid line like that. And just like with the inequality, just the basics that you're solving, you're going to have to shade some. And so this one says y is less than or equal to 5. That means I'm shading below that line if it's less than 5. So everything that's below that 5, this is all that I'm shading right there. This says y is greater than 3, so we'll go to the y-axis, and we'll go to 3 right there. And notice there's not an equals to sign there, so this one's going to be a dotted line. And it says greater than 3, so that means I'm going to shade on top of that line. Just like that. All of those will be greater than 3. Next, you can push pause, try that one real quick. Y is greater than or equal to -6. I'm going to come down here to -6. It's got that equals to on there, so it's going to be a solid line. And it's greater than -6, so it's going to be above the line. We're going to shade above the line. Next, I'm going to treat this thing as if it were to say y equals 2x plus 3. So I'm going to get my slope is 2, my y-intercept is 3. Go over here to 3 y-intercept, and I'm going to go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, and go down 2 over 1 this way, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. My pen is not cooperating. Your graph should look something like this. Notice it is a solid line because I've got that equals to right there. And now I can decide which side I'm going to shade. This says y is greater than. Well, we just dealt with some, and it was easy to say, well, this is on top, this is on bottom. When I see a problem like this, I like to think on top of the staircase or below the staircase. So, we just said, hey, we're going to shade on top. It's greater than 3. Well, okay, this one is kind of slanted. I've got the staircase there. I'm going to shade on top of the staircase. Next, I've got y is less than -3x plus 5. So I got my slope is -3. That's not over rise over run format. That's -3 over 1. I'd have a y-intercept of 5. And the first thing I'm really noticing when I saw this is there's not an equals to sign underneath this thing right there. So I know it's going to be a dotted line. So let's go over here to 5. And down 3 and over 1, 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 down 3 and over 1. I could go up 3 and over 1 this way. So the graph should look, it should be dotted, shouldn't it? Should look something like this. Hopefully you have a ruler or straight edge or something. Yours looks a little better than that garbage right there. This says y is less than -3x plus 5. That means I'm going to shade below the staircase. So below the staircase would be on this side right here. And shading, what does that mean? That means that all of these points that I just shaded would be solutions to that inequality. When you graph something just boring, like if it said y equals -3x plus 5, then it would be all the things that were on that line. Those would be the solutions. But this is less than. So any of these points, like you could take a point right here, you can't really see because I shaded, down here, over here, anywhere over there, you can plug in that X, Y point, whether it be, I don't know, you could choose like 0, 1. That's a real nice spot right there. So if you took 0 as your x and 1 as your y and plugged it in over here, it would hold true, and that would be true for all of those. Now, since it's a dotted line, if you picked a point on the dotted line, it would not work. It would not be a solution. It's like if you picked 0, 5. It's our y-intercept there, 0, 5, and plug that in for x and plug that in for y. That would not hold true. I think it would be 5 is less than 5 if you plug that in. And 5 is not less than 5, therefore it's on the dotted line. Here I've just got a little bit of a slope here. So I've got m is negative 1/4, b is negative 1. So I got my y-intercept right there. And my slope's down 1 and over 4, down 1 and over 4. I could go up 1 and over 4 that way. I could go up 1 and 4 over that way. And it's going to be a solid line like that. And it says y is less than or equal to that stuff, so I'm going to shade below the staircase. Not a very steep staircase there. Next, same kind of ordeal. I've got y is less than or equal to 2/5 x minus 4. I'm going to go down here to negative 4. It's my y-intercept. And then I'm going to go up 2 and over 5. I'm going to go up 2 and over 5. I could also go down 2 and over 5. I could go down 2 and over 5 right there. It's going to be a solid line. And I know that I'm going to be shading below the staircase. Why? Because it says y is less than that stuff. So it's going to be below the staircase right here. Next, y is greater than 1/2 x plus 5. I'm going to go over here to 5. That's my y-intercept. I'm going to go up 1 and over 2, 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 up 1 and over 2. And I could go down 1 and over 2, down 1 and over 2, down 1 and over 2, down 1 and over 2. And this one's going to be a dotted line. There's not an equals to on there. That's a little bit better one than the first one. This one says y is greater than 1/2 x plus 5. That means I'm going to shade above the staircase right here. Above the staircase. Last one here. This is written in standard form, not slope-intercept form. So what I'm going to do is put it in slope-intercept form. I'm going to subtract the 2x, subtract the 2x. That's negative 2y is less than negative 2x plus 6. And then I'm going to divide everything by negative 2. And I have to remember when I divide by that negative, what do? Got to flip the sign. Negative 2 over negative 2, that's just 1x. You don't even have to write the 1. Minus 3. So y-intercept is negative 3, and it's going to go up 1 over 1, I think. And down 1 over 1 this direction. It's going to be a dotted line. Does not have the equals to. It says y is greater than that line, so therefore I'm going to shade above the staircase. So all of that should be shaded up here.